Hello people, I am Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
Hello.
We are recording this in a different way, just using the webcam on my computer, just to see how this goes. It's an experiment, hopefully you guys enjoy it. We are watching BREXIT, the HBO trailer. It only has 661,000 views so far, but it's one that I am very interested in because of the subject matter, and it's got Benedict Cumberbatch. He's starring in this, I think it's a movie.
Yeah.
So let's check this out together, here we go.
Everyone knows who won, but not everyone knows how.
We're about to ask the biggest question in a generation. In or out? And we need a leader.
We need to understand who our voters are. Appeal to their hearts. People are feeling angrier, ignored. Is it immigration? You can be honest. Is it race? Which countries don't you like?
New people come in, we get squeezed out.
We want to return to a time when we knew our place, when things made sense. Fictional or not. How to change the course of history. We have to hack the political system.
Hack it.
I'm talking about altering the matrix of politics.
Social media platforms are designed to find like-minded people. Our software will locate and target people that no campaign has ever targeted before. People who don't and have never voted. 3 million extra votes that the other side have no idea exist.
This is an insurgence against the establishment. We're going to build something that will restack the odds in our favor.
What are your expectations, realistically?
To create the biggest political upset since the fall of the Berlin Wall.
Very large.
Yeah. Let's take back control! Let's take back control! Now the fight for Britain begins. You are feeding a toxic culture of fear and hate. You can't close the box once it's been opened. What's your edge? What have you found? There is a new politics in town. One that you can't control.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't believe that they're already making a movie about Brexit.
Well, that's exactly what my thought was. I
Yeah.
was like, wow, they're already going there. That's crazy.
I know.
I'm actually really intrigued by this.
Yeah.
That thought that you just expressed is one that was prevalent in my mind the whole time. I'm like, I can't believe like the gap between like the end of Brexit happening and a movie being made about it.
Yeah, because it wasn't that long ago. You
No,
know?
not at all.
I mean,
But I think it's a topic that needs to be discussed, and I'm glad they made a movie about it. I mean, I have no idea how authentic this is to what really happened. I would imagine that they really did their research. Hopefully, I mean, there's going to be some bias in there. That's natural.
yeah, obviously. I mean, I think it's really interesting that they managed to take something that is potentially dry and
Divisive.
make it very, you know, entertaining. I mean, it certainly is divisive. I remember at the time I was living in this apartment building here in LA, but one of the people who lived there was English, and he was from Northern England. And I remember the day after the Brexit announcement happened, or it was actually the day, because, you know, there's time difference and all. But I saw him as I was getting my mail.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, how do you feel about the result? And I was like, oh, how do you feel? And then he was like, oh, I think it's great. I'm so happy. And I was just like, oh, shoot. We're on opposing sides right there. But I didn't want to have a whole like argument or whatever with him. So I was kind of like, oh, I'm not too pleased, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, I need to watch this. I mean, again, this is a certain perspective on Brexit, right?
Right.
It's one perspective, one side, and so I personally really would like to watch this to get a better understanding of it, because I don't fully understand it. All I know is the extreme sides. Like the left was saying that it was a race issue. But then if you listen to anyone who's pro-Brexit, they're like, it has nothing to do with race. It has to do with the economy. It has to do with business.
Right, sovereignty, I guess.
Yeah, and I think that this is obviously kind of what it immediately reminds me of is Trump and
Yeah.
how Trump got elected into office.
Totally.
And so there, it's interesting seeing the parallels there. And yeah, just to learn more about it, that's the big reason I would want to watch this. I'd want to fact check a number of the things that they discuss. I think that you have to with this kind of stuff, even though it's kind of time consuming, but it's like there's so much noise now. Like, how do you...
Yeah,
how do you
I
know
mean, it certainly is a very interesting take on it, and maybe one that hasn't really been explored, because there were so many things that affected the result, you know, at least from what I heard, which is like, I guess a lot of people just thought it was a no-brainer, that there is no way that the vote would be for Brexit.
Right.
And then suddenly it was like, oh no, and a whole bunch of people didn't turn out to vote, because I know that in London that day that they were having the vote, it was raining really heavily.
Right.
So people were like, oh.
My air conditioning just kicked in.
Yeah.
So that's going to affect the noise a little bit. I apologize
Yeah.
for that. But again, like, it's so fascinating to me that like the effects of Brexit, or all the things that need to be put into place for Brexit haven't even been fully rendered yet.
No.
And we already have this film. Like,
I know,
that's
it's crazy.
That's so cool to me. Like, that's a new era we live in. But we haven't even spoken about Benedict Cumberbatch. Like, I think...
Oh my God. Incredible.
Just from the commercial alone. I mean, we all know he's a good actor.
Yeah.
But it's still worth noting, like, what he's doing here is really cool.
I was impressed with how well he did the accent as well, because I'm so used to Benedict Cumberbatch either being, you know, very upper crust British or like bad American. So to actually have him do another regional British accent and like get it spot on, at least in my mind, I'm like, cool, dude.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well, anyways, you guys, let us know your thoughts on this trailer. We'd love to hear, you know, what your feelings are on, not just on this trailer, but like your feelings on Brexit, where you stand, where you come from, and why you feel the way you do. It only serves as more education for me, because that's where you're supposed to get educated, is YouTube comments. That's where you learn everything.
Oh yeah, I learned that I have a husband and child today. I
And
don't know where I put him.
That's how I learned that the moon landing was faked by some people just trying to stir some political ideology that has now gone extinct, but it was prevalent at the time because the lizard people really wanted it. But anyways, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Do check out ACHARA KIRK. She's on the social media. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our other reactions, reviews, and short films. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.